This is Jet with Pop Austin Media, and I got hip hop artist Jay Mill in the building. How's life, my guy?
Life is good, you know what I mean? Shit, we just had a whole album come out.
I saw not 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
Life is good though, all around. Shit, blessed, healthy. Can't
Doing
complain,
this thing.
Oh God.
Doing your thing. Started the year out good, I saw too.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, so let's start from the beginning though. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Dallas, Texas, but I moved out here early, so.
I'm from Dallas too. What part of Dallas you from?
I'm from Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant Grove, PG.
So, yes, Lord.
Got you, yeah.
But shit, I've been out here in Austin for so long. I'm damn near. I'm gonna claim Austin when it's all said and done to become the face of this motherfucker. Some shit like that. Like,
let's get it.
You gotta say you from Austin. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no. I wouldn't say it's like a face or a name that you can really pinpoint when somebody come from out of town and they be like, oh, what's the name of them from here? So shit, working up for that leaderboard and putting this artistry out, shit, reaching that level to where one day, shit, motherfucker be like, oh, milling them from here. You know what I'm saying?
You know, exactly. Yeah.
That's
like,
what I'm on.
That's what they did with Meek Mill.
Exactly.
Rick Ross. Like, who's the hardest in the city? You want to be when they
that's the
come
throne.
to mind. Exactly.
God.
So, how old were you when you made the trek down out here?
Early, first grade.
First grade. Oh yeah.
But I've been back and forth my whole life. Like I even went to college out there in Dallas. So
where'd you go to college at?
I went to Cedar Valley.
Cedar Valley.
In Lancaster.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, man, country hood.
Yeah.
Before then, though, so how was childhood moving?
Just humble beginnings. It was a single mother parenthood, in and out, shit like that. So I was forced to grow up and be the man of the house early. So it's always been in me to be like the man of the house, or just like a father figure to my younger siblings, even some of my older siblings. It was just like I always had that weight on me to carry the load.
You think you were the leader out of the bunch?
For sure.
There's always gonna be a leader, and it don't mean you got to be the oldest neither, like you said.
Hell no, it got to be in you. You know what I'm saying?
They always say the middle child is the worst, though. You in the middle.
I'm the middle child.
So you've debunked that, right?
For sure.
Yeah, he said.
My mom will tell you otherwise.
This the youngest to me.
My youngest brother got shot 10 times like 2 years ago, and he bounced back, and he acting like he God himself. But shit, I can see why though. Shit,
he beat 50.
Exactly. And
damn,
he wearing that shit on his sleeve for real.
I don't want him to wear it on his sleeve as much, but I'm glad that he got through that.
No, he got over.
All right, I mean not R.I.P. Thank God, shit, because that could have been a
R.I.P. for real.
God, dog. Did you play any sports?
I played ball. I played football. I was really on the football field first, but mom tried to do me dirty, and I mean, I guess it's a blessing in disguise because the life expectancy of a career of a NFL or
she
football
probably
player,
thought about the brain and all that.
It wasn't even that. It was just more so like she seen I was finna get up out of the. But I ain't gonna talk about that on here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're gonna talk about something else.
Yeah, talk about something else. And so you stopped. So you stopped doing that, and then is that what led you into music?
No. I was on the court. I went to school to go hoop. I came back down here. I went overseas.
Damn.
Hooped in Barcelona, and I have a daughter now, bro. So it was just different. Like I couldn't leave. It was early. I had my daughter like 2 months before I took off to go to Spain. So I was going through them withdrawals and
that time,
homesick and shit. And just my job security of an artist, a full-time artist, is you can't beat that, bro.
No, you can't. So okay, what was you playing for in basketball? Was it basketball?
Yeah.
You got to? Yeah. What was you playing for basketball? What, point guard?
I played the 2 guard. I played shooting guard.
Okay,
but
shooting guard.
I played point guard as well.
What was your thing? Like, what were you, 3-and-D? Were you a playmaker?
I'm all around. I'm whatever you need me to be.
Are you all around?
When it comes to like putting me, if I was gonna be in the league, they would list me as like a catch and shoot 3-and-D type of guy for sure.
3-and-D.
Yeah.
Hey, those matter, man.
For sure. Them pieces that you got to put around the superstars that, you know what I'm saying, they're going to get dirty for sure.
Not anybody should just get that 3-and-D title, pause. Nobody should just get that title.
That man said pause. But nah, for real though, you got to be a dog to have that listed next to your name, so for sure.
Yeah, you do. So, okay. So how did that transition for, like, you played, you went overseas for a little bit?
That was recently, but I started doing music 3 years ago, and it was just like dipping and dabbling with like other artists in the city, and I came up like my first song was like with Lil Key. I don't know if y'all
LHF Lil Key? Yeah, that's my guy.
So like we first started making music, like we were together and we were doing our thing together and shit like that. So we were just testing the waters out, but out of like developing our sound and shit, like we are where we at now. So I feel like it was recently that I went overseas though. It was like last year.
Last year, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. So how's that like just playing overseas? Like
It's unfortunate because it was during the pandemic, so I really can't give you like the whole like. Oh, it was great. I was out here
you didn't get
rocking
the
out
full experience that
for
you.
sure.
Yeah, I feel that.
But
It's
all
like
in all, it's a business. It was a business trip.
It's like them cats that even won the title for the Lakers. They're still probably like, dang, we didn't do that travel. It was all in this bubble.
They didn't get to feel
just
the championship for sure.
Claustrophobic.
Oh God.
Not taking anything away, but it's just like you already know.
Nah, I got robbed out of an experience for sure.
Exactly.
It's all good though. Shit, we finna start traveling overseas for different purposes. So.
Oh yeah, for reasons you ain't gotta put your body on the line.
In that order.
And what high school did you say you graduated from?
I graduated from Pflugerville, but I went to every high school known to man.
We just bouncing around
everywhere. I went to Del Valley, went to Manor, I went to LBJ for a day.
Oh man, you were stretching it out. Everywhere. God dang.
Yeah. I was, yeah.
Was there a reason why, or was it just
like I said, bro, just being in a single mother household, having a, you know what I'm saying, the lease, you know what I'm saying, having the lease broken and shit like that. I stayed with my grandmother back and forth, house to house. So
yeah.
It was just more
I know
so
how
like
it is.
Yeah.
You gotta use other people's addresses and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you can go to that certain school eventually.
In that order.
Man, all right, I
but
get
no,
it.
It all worked out for the best though. I was never just like no knucklehead.
Oh yeah, you understood what it was. That's
sure.
what it was.
For
It's
sure.
like just make the most out of it.
And as long as that ball is in my hand, bro, we going wherever we can be eligible to play.
Yeah, as long as the ball and then you got the hose around, you good.
I ain't need no hose.
No hose. All right, yeah.
No
All right, you ain't need no hose. I like that. I like
no.
that. What crowd would you say you hung out with in high school?
They hung out with me. Like I said, bro, I'm bouncing around, so I'm always a new kid on the block. So ain't nobody. I'm not just.
So what, like each school, you didn't gravitate always just towards that certain like I'm with the ballers. Like that's just how it was.
No, bro, you would catch me around some weirdos for real, just because they outthink the ballers have like a certain mindset to where it's just like they gotta be shitting on everybody. They gotta be the jocks and shit, and that's just not how I operate.
Shit's lame, bro.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at it now, like y'all real whack, dude.
In that order, they still seek the validation from the praise they got in high school and shit like that. So. That type of shit just don't know. You got to be doing something. You got to update your resume to be around me, bro.
Exactly.
Because consistently.
They stay right there and that's it. And then they're like, man, I remember back in the day.
I can't do that.
Nope.
I can't do that.
Not no back in the day.
Like if I'm talking about it like someone on a song, I could do that.
Well, in a fun way, but not when you're trying to keep hearkening back to it.
No.
Like he always talk about this.
That should keep you in the moment for sure.
So is there any inspirations music wise that got you in the music?
Man, it's a lot of inspiration, and it'll blow your mind from what I tell you. Like I say Breezy early on, like I was always just into like the entertainment side of it. It was never like the music for me. It was like how he entertained like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that Michael Jackson,
mm-hmm.
You got some female artists like Jhené Aiko, just like the
like
mellow
Jhené
chill,
Aiko.
like it's a lot. Future, folks always compare me to Kevin Gates just because my voice and shit like that.
The tone and the sense.
I was never like too big on Gates, but of course he's always been.
I can kind of see that, but it's just more of the tone I can see.
That's what it is. But early on, my music, bro, like it was damn near like I listen to his shit and it'll wear off, like it'll rub off on me a little bit. So I guess you could say that, but I was never just like super deep on that. But
I can see some MC rappers that you can listen to can kind of rub off on you just because you listen to it for so long. You're like, wait a minute, midway you doing it like I'm stop. Wait, no, okay.
Sometimes it's good though. Sometimes it's good because I was listening to this guy named Blast out of Cali, bro, and I just came across my producers was just bouncing out Cali beats, and I feel like bro definitely he got a sound. He's in the lane of his own. He like the new Nate Dogg out there.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's a lot because I love me some Nate, man.
So yeah, that's what he got going on for sure.
And so real quick, I got a question. So do you have a favorite producer in Austin?
Yes, I do, and that is D3 Times. That is my producer. That is my young bull. When I met him, he was 15 years old, and we kind of like grew up as far as like musically. We grew up together with his music shit, and that's my young bull, and that's my producer, D3 Times, and then Austin Nichols as well. So yeah, those two for sure. And they're both. Austin Nichols is my piano player, but he makes beats as well. But motherfuckers go crazy.
So you got it more an in-house in a sense. So you can go straight to that matters a lot. You ain't got to go run around and just look. I mean, you can still get some from other places.
For sure. But that's home team. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no way I'm cutting them off my roster at all.
I love it.
It's a no trade clause.
No trade. Put that in there on that LeBron shit.
No real shit.
So all right. So is it trifecta? Is that how you say it? But just the
Trifecta.
X is the yeah.
It's an X instead of a C.
Yeah. So how long have Trifecta been together?
Shit, we've been together. We started recording like a year ago. Like
looks like it's fairly new.
A year to this day, damn near. And we started recording probably a little bit sooner than a year to this day, but we started putting some shit together, and it wasn't intentional. It was more so like I met Doozy. Well, I met Doozy a long time ago because we were hooping together, but I never knew he did music or anything like that.
So all y'all hoop?
He did.
Cause I take the trifecta still in the sense like a basketball term I've heard. So
for sure, but I'm probably the only active one that's still probably on.
Oh yeah, see the one that can bust. You can bust them down real quick.
Yeah,
real easy. They
can't.
Real quick. If you want to give the jump to the mic, give your name and your handle on IG just real quick.
Yo.
You can like step up real quick and just like.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'll go by Lil Doozy. You know what I mean? If y'all need to find me, y'all can find me on IG or any other platform that Lil Doozy, LILDOUZY. You know what I mean?
Let's get it. And then my guy right here. Got the Led Zeppelin on.
Appreciate that. Foolish Ty. You can find me on every social at Foolish Ty TY.
Let's get it. So what? So you said you rock with him hooping. How'd you meet Foolish Ty?
Well, actually, like I said, I didn't know he did music. So I met him through an artist named Big Bro, and I hit him for a song called "Do What I Want," and Doozy ended up being on it. But the storyline behind it is, put it in a nutshell, I sent the song out to Big Bro. He was just so happened to be in the car with Big Bro. He was like, I'm finna do a feature to this song. And he heard the beat. He was like, oh, shit. So when I went to, what's the name of Kayo's studio? Streetlight. It was Streetlight Studio.
Streetlight. What's his name? Just talking about Streetlight noise.
Yeah. So I went up there, recorded a song, and then shit, Doozy hopped on that motherfucker. And then just formed, like, ever since then, he just started hopping on anything else that I was sending out and shit. I met Foolie through my dog, young Bryce, and it was like an album release party or some shit that he had came to, and he was just like telling me like, hey bro, I'm fucking with you. And he just came back from the Air Force, so he was just in the city, just like really just trying to get his feet back, like wet and shit. So he was trying to work with other artists in the city, and I was one of the artists that caught his eye. He was like, bro, just keep doing what you're doing. And he was just always present, always available. And then it came down to just getting him to the studio. And once he got to the studio, he kind of wowed me because he has a certain lane to where if you hear it for the first time, it's a different impression. So folks will have him like in a different lane. They'll be like, oh, his music is okay. But what I seen with bro is different. Like when you one of them ones, and I got an eye for shit. My IQ is crazy. So when you one of them ones where I can just, it's a aura, it's an energy that you can feel. And that's how I felt just recording music with him. Like to the third song we got on, I was like, okay, this is an album. You got to make it, so we got to turn it into something. So it formed into something beautiful, and now shit, you can hear it today.
That's dope. I think people if they ever just say that, they're just not like it's a little bit probably just too much, a little bit too ahead of the time. Then it gets caught up, and they're like, oh, because they're just specific to that one sound.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I've seen that with a lot of music. They're like, oh, it's okay. The next thing they blow up, you're like, out of nowhere, now they're just now getting onto this person. So
you never know, bro. Motherfuckers might be going through that experimental stage where, okay, you probably heard some shit that wasn't really them, but
exactly.
Yeah, these two motherfuckers right here go crazy.
And speaking of that, so y'all just 3 days ago, the album dropped, 14 track album.
Yes, Lord.
Talk about that.
3 days ago, just the drop and shit. Or?
Just talk about the project in general.
Okay, so the project itself is my words.
No, you good. Like
it's
like
an
if
experience though. Like
go.
it's okay. I'm gonna take y'all on the ride. Okay, it's damn near like taking y'all on a trip. So we do this at our shows as well. We start performing like I want to say like 8 months ago, and we started like we really like turned the city up with this shit. So if you haven't been to a Trifecta or J Mills show, it's an experience. So the album itself is an experience, and it kind of starts off like a night at the club, and like you out of town, like an out of town trip. So the beginning of the album, like the first 4 songs, it's like pre-gaming at the Airbnb or the crib, and you just, know what I'm saying, pre-gaming, you getting all the whole gang that you stepping out with, you getting them acclimated to what's going on. So we pre-gaming at the crib, making sure everything is lined up. So song track number 5 is like we're in the club, we popping bottles, it's, you know what I'm saying, we having fun, we having a good time. It gets to like track number 10, and it's just like, okay, we starting to feel that liquor is on our ass right now, so we're gonna mellow it down, and it start getting to some real shit, and that's when I want to say Rich pops up, and it's like my perception of being rich is different from anybody else, because you see females go for the niggas in the club, they got all the diamonds, he got money, he got jewelry, all this shit, but I start talking some real shit, and it's kind of like that liquor on my ass, but you know when you drunk or you feeling that drink, you start to tell the truth, and that's kind of what it is. And then on the way home, you got those slappers going to where you trying to line it up. If you met a little sneaky link at the club, you trying to line it back up to go home and lay it down. And then by the end of it, it's like you woke up in the morning, you look to your left, you see the biddy in your bed, and it's like, bro, I can't believe we made it this far. I can't believe I got to this point where we can just live like this. So that's the experience, the trifecta album that we put together. That's the experience for sure, from top to bottom.
That's a good sell right there.
Yeah.
Put that together really well.
Thank you.
For a man that said you were flipping over your words, you got that. I like that.
Yes, Lord.
And then you had a single that dropped before that a little bit, Fight for Your Love.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, so talk about that a little bit.
Fight for Your Love was one of those ones where I go in the studio and I don't write. So I was going through a transition in life. Like I said, I have a daughter, and with my baby's mother, we've been together for like 7 years.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, but it's been like real rocky. But
you still know her for 7 years,
bro,
though. It ain't just like you've just known her for
it's
like
not
6
somebody
months.
that's
Like, God,
she ain't going nowhere. She's not going nowhere. So, yeah, bro. It's just like she sees like the transition of artistry, and I'm starting to like accumulate a lot of attention on me. So it's kind of tricky. You meet like temptation and shit along the way. So my job on that track was just to tell her the truth that I'm not finna go nowhere. I'm gonna fight for the love that I got going on. I gotta be the one that, you know what I'm saying, like hold myself accountable and shit like that. So that's just what it is. Just telling that story where I was at.
And girls like to hear that. Any girl likes to hear a guy just saying that, even if they know, I'm not saying it's you, but if they know the dude's even bullshitting, it's like, oh, he be bullshitting. Yeah.
Sometimes I be bullshitting too, though. I be making songs where it's just like, you can sell, like, I seen somebody at the show and she acted like she was looking like she wanted some. And you got to sell them that dream, bro. Like, that's what artistry is. You got to be damn near delusional. Like, you can make music for other people to relate to. So,
all the time.
But I'm not saying there's no cap in my rap. I'm just saying I'm real relatable to a lot of situations.
Of course. You got to, like you said, toe that line.
For sure.
Do you have a favorite venue to perform in Austin? Empire? So far, it's been Empire, but we're looking to get to the Moody. We're looking to get to the upper echelon stage, but right now Empire for sure, and they show hella love. Shout out Empire ATX. Lately, it's been a lot of Come and Take It Live. I don't know if you heard of that.
That's like my first couple shows.
That is.
Oh God.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people give Come and Take It Live. I've seen good stuff online. Haven't actually been to the place.
They do a good job of having everything set up, but as far as like quality performance, Empire. No, it's called Empire Control Room.
Yeah, I know Empire Control Room.
We perform with like enhancements. We got a live band and shit like that. So we like to have all that being like real put together and shit. We do rehearsals and everything, just trying to make sure all the T's and crosses and the I's is dotted.
Hell yeah.
That's what we doing.
I feel you on that one. So real quick, from an artist standpoint, Spotify or Apple Music?
Apple Music.
You like Apple Music better?
And that's just because it's easier, but from outside, it's definitely Spotify.
You think so? From the consumer?
I know so.
For me, it's Apple Music, just because it's easy for me to load.
That's what I'm saying. It's easy for me, but outside looking in, it's always, is this gonna be on Spotify? That's what I'm always asked that same question. Like,
so you get that asked a lot? Spotify, dang.
Even like the playlists and shit that we on, like we're not on the Apple Music playlist. Everything is Spotify or just like something else. So for sure.
So Spotify for sure.
Spotify, as far as like marketing and putting a business hat on, Spotify for sure.
Dope. One of the last things, I saw you were you at the Hip Hop Hall of Fame?
I was.
Yeah, talk about that. Our guy forgot his name.
Malin.
And then Don Hawk.
Don.
Yeah, talk about the Hip Hop Hall of Fame.
So
and doing their
Hip
thing.
Hop Hall of Fame is ran by my manager, Malin White.
Oh, it's your manager too. Damn, I didn't even realize. Shouts out Malin.
It's ran by Malin White, Dawson Wayne, and Don Hawk, and they actually like brainstormed like a couple years ago just by seeing like what Jay Soulja had going on with the smoke out and things of that nature, and they was just like real, like they were inspired to say the least, and it's never like no competition thing or anything. But they were like, if they can throw a show, we can throw a show as well. And they branded it and they marketed it, and I am the Hip Hop Hall of Fame at this point.
You
bro.
say you is. You
No
own
bully.
that bitch.
No bully.
Yeah, you own that bitch.
There is no cap in my rap. They'll
Nah,
tell you.
I like it. No cap in
They'll
my
tell you.
rap. And then the really last one. So the Austin music scene now.
Yes, Lord.
What do you think after the pandemic now? At least the most the pandemic's the best it's gonna be for a while.
Right.
To where things at least opened up. What do you think about the scene now?
It's easy, bro. It's easy to operate in. There was a lot of like crabs in a barrel shit going on 2 to 3 years ago when I started. But now it's easy to just navigate and like show love. It's easy to it's easy to be loved. Everything else around it is easy, bro. Just even like having I have more of a understanding on how to move through the city now and how to promote my shit and where not to go, where to go. You know what I'm saying? Just shit like that. So I feel like it's a lot of room for a lot of people to get their shine on. Austin itself is growing and shit like that.
It
so
is. And the
it's
slate,
not something. It's not
the
something
slate
you
was
wanna-
wiped clean, I think, after the pandemic.
for sure.
It's like, okay, like you said, new places, Scratch House closed down, all these new places. So you
It's
like at
easy.
least it was easy to go to run. Like, well, figure this
Easy.
out.
It's not something you want to run from. Like if you a motherfucker and if you an artist, bro, and you know how to like market, if you know like a hot spot and if your IQ is on point, you might want to be in Austin right now, man, because it's gonna be damn near a baby boom with some shit.
Exactly.
And it's
It's
gonna be that spotlight gonna be on your ass, and you got to be ready and prepared
like
for
you
it.
said, we just need those ones that, a group of artists that are the ones like when I come through, who are the artists to look at, and we give some, a good amount to it and go, oh, I can go to, J Mill, I can go to Quinn, I can go to K Hop, and then all these people, and then, Trifecta, and
Shout out Queen and K Hop too, bro. We be in the studio a lot, just talking about like other shit, but no, they real cool individuals, bro. Shout out
they
to
hard.
those two.
K Hop's hilarious too, man.
Well,
Real
yeah,
funny
yeah.
guy. Where can we find you at on social media,
Man,
and
you
then
find
on the DSPs?
You can find me on Instagram, j._mill. Everything else is jmill2real. The DSPs, what is that as far
Digital streaming platform.
Okay, yeah, just J
Just
dot
trying to be
space it out.
fancy.
J dot space it out Mill. J Mill.
J Mill. All right, bet. Let's get it. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming through.
I appreciate you.
We normally give some gear out, but, man, we out.
Man,
We
it's
got
all
new
good.
shipment coming
It's
in.
all
so.
good. We're going to double back, and I'm going to have the guys on with me.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely going to have you guys come through.
Sure.
But like I said, keep doing your thing. Keep on rocking out here. This is Jet with Pop Austin Media, and I'm signing out.
Easy.
J Mill, Trifecta.
Blessings.
Stream that album out now.
Go get that. You dig.